Hello and happy Friday Eve to everybody. Hope you guys are having a great week. We have a jam-packed episode today. Lots going on. We're gonna have West Forsyth's coach on at about 2:15. Talk about Lax. They suffered their first loss to Buford. We'll get into that in a second. But I'll talk to him about the season, their big win, and overcoming some history and beating Lambert for the first time in program history. So we'll talk about that at 2:15. And then the second segment will be Westminster's coach Scott Snyder. He will come on the show. We'll talk about their great season this year, 11-4-1 so far. And then obviously we'll go to our fourth segment, my top 10 headlines going into the weekend. Lots been going on in the football world and also high school sports as a whole. And then the last segment of the show will be Houston County football coach Jeremy Edwards as he look ahead to the season. So a very jam-packed episode. Let's not waste any time. Let's go ahead and get right into it and jump into what's been going on across the high school world. So McIntosh, number one right now in major rankings. They are 16-0-1. They're just playing on another level right now. And their only tie this season was to Pace Academy. And overall, they've been playing great. So right now, I want to actually analyze a clip of them playing in their last game. It was against Forest Park. They had a 5-0 victory. A phenomenal game for them. Just some things that stood out to me. All right, guys, so you're going to see here first, the ball's going to kind of get trapped there on the deep end, but right here it's going to hit the guy. Boom. Heck of a shot there, right past the goalkeeper's hands, gets the goal in. Here, right here, the next two goals are going to be by some headers, getting it in, great corners right into the net. This one here was probably my favorite one by Judd Dedney. Look at it come right here, and then boom, headed right in. Phenomenal goal. I mean, just... They had a phenomenal game in this one, phenomenal goals. And then here, got to shout out their goalie. I mean, some great saves in this one. I mean, that one right there, that's coming full speed. You know, doesn't allow it to go in. You're going to see him here. Really great opportunity for Forest Park here to get it in right here. But no, he steps right up, grabs it. And then here, just another great shot. It's going to get about one-on-one right here. Get really close to the shot, but, you know, couldn't convert it and nail it in. But great shot there. Here again. Here, boom. Nice move against the defender. Gets into the sweet spot. Just can't convert. But nonetheless, doing a great job creating opportunities. Here's another shot. It's going to come in. You know, good save by the Forest Park goalie. Really, really close. And then here again. Boom. Look at this shot. Boom. Here it comes. Goalkeeper snags it out of the air. Prevents the goal. And then here, my favorite play of all. Right here. Boom. Look at this move. Boom. Right past the defender. Nice pass. Sets him up. Boom, goal right in there. I mean, phenomenal play there from McIntosh, showing why they're one of the better teams in the state. But, yes, 16-0-1 right now. Have to give their goalie love, as I mentioned in some of the videos. I think he's been doing a great job saving goals all year. Get this, out of 17 games this season, 10 of those games have been clean sheets. Yes, so 10 of those games have been 0 goals. He's been doing a great job keeping them in games. Their only tie was, again, to Pace Academy. They only allowed 1 goal in that one. So their goalkeeper's been doing a marvelous job. Now, that's just flat out getting it done. And he's done that. He's done a great job. So only 1 game this season where a team has scored or conceded 2+ goals in this one. That was against Columbus, but that still was a win. So I think this team will make definitely a deep playoff run. They are a top 5 ranked team nationally. Only team I can see that give them a run really is Dalton. Dalton, they played actually earlier this year 4-1. I say Dalton because I think they're a little more battle tested. They played more of a kind of a national schedule compared to McIntosh, even though McIntosh did beat them. But I think that's the only team that may pose, problems down the line because they've already seen them before. They got some tape on them. But nonetheless, McIntosh is on a different level right now. But 3 of their games have been out of state for Dalton this season. So definitely probably going to see them play again out there in 5A. But both teams playing phenomenal soccer. And on the girls' side, got to highlight the Chambly girls program. 15-0-1 this season, almost an identical record to the McIntosh boys. Solai Washington, she's been having a great season right now. She accounts for 36 points, 31 goals, 5 assists this year. Been great. And then also Ansley Harrison, 19 assists this year and 12 goals. I mean, if I'm being honest with you, they have a really good attack. I mean, they got girls that can get in there, put pressure on the defense, create opportunity and chances, and get one-on-one with the goalkeeper. And they've been doing a marvelous job out there in 5A. And again, another reason why they are a top-ranked team in the nation as well. So currently right now they're on a 6-game win streak. They have 6 consecutive games of 12-game win streak, but they have 6 consecutive games of clean sheets, absolutely blanking their opponents. They're outscoring in their last 6 games their opponents by 8.5 goals. So again, I mean, playing great team soccer, a lot of talent on the team. They're playing some of their best soccer at the right time. As the season dwindles down, they have a game tonight, I think, against Drew. But this will be their last regular season game, so can't play any better. But currently, again, on the 12-game winning streak, #1 ranked national team according to Max Preps. And the only other team they tied with was Marist, a very close game, and they are #2 nationally ranked. So that goes to show you how good Chambly has been playing this season. All right, and then on to baseball. More about spring sports. Cartersville continue to stack the wins this season. They remain a top team out there in 5A, 15-2 this season. Picked up an 18-6 win recently, yesterday against Dalton. They also picked up 2 region sweeps recently as well. They lead their region right now with a 7-0 record. So having a great season. A marquee of their team really coming into the season was pitching. Pitching hasn't let them down. They continue to lean and rely on that. Caden Carroll, got to give him some credit this season. He's been very dominant. And their lineup seems like it fits everything well. Like I said, they have a good bullpen, good pitching. That's the reason why they're one of the top teams, again, 15-2 this year. And their lineup continues to show they're content with anybody in the state. Now, I'm going to tell you guys, mark your calendars, right? This matchup next week is going to be a good one, right? Get your popcorn ready. It doesn't get much better than this in baseball. I think this is one of the best matchups we've seen all season long, right? Houston County versus Tift County. Now, top 2 teams according to AJC rankings and Score Atlanta rankings, right? They're going to play April 4th, a 3-game series. This is a region matchup between both of the teams. Again, both teams are top 5. And what's interesting is they're going to be battling out for that #1 seed out of the region, right? Being able to host the playoff game and things like that. So this past week, big week really for Drew Burgess. He was 8 for 11 last week. He had 2 homers, 8 RBIs, and 10 runs. He was just streaking, absolutely on fire last week for them in their region sweep. And also got to give some love to Carson Small, 2024. He's a pitcher as well as a first baseman, left-handed pitcher. Had a great week last week as well. 5 innings pitched, including 9 strikeouts, 1 base on balls, and only 4 hits. So playing phenomenal right now, and both teams are 18-2. The only difference is Houston County currently has the #1 seed because they're 9-0 in region play, and Tift County is 8-1. But they have stayed the course all year. I think if you have nothing to do next weekend and you're out for spring break, which most people are going to be, that is a matchup to watch out for. I think they play on the 4th, the 5th, and the 7th. Next weekend, that is a matchup to watch out for. 18-2 versus 8-2. 2 top teams in the state, also in the nation, going against each other. Doesn't get much better than that. Now, on to lacrosse. Big games this weekend. Definitely have my eyes on this. I will be doing part of the scoreboard this weekend, so I'll be able to see some of these games as well. But I have one that's in my top 10 headlines, but I'll reveal that one later. But for the boys, starting out, #1, North Forsyth versus Dunwoody. I have Dunwoody right now. As you guys know, I do the rankings for lacrosse for AJC and Score. I have Dunwoody right now, #3 in my rankings on AJC. And then North Forsyth is #7. So top 10 matchup. Definitely will have some big implications on the rankings, right? Dunwoody only has 1 in-state loss this season, and that is to Marist in overtime, where they lost 6-5, and the other one was out of state. So really good team in Dunwoody. Been the top of my rankings all season long. They have a great offense, very great attacking team. They've been held to single digits in just 2 of their games this season, which were losses. That's it. Other than that, they've scored in double digits. A player to watch out for North Forsyth in this one is Peyton Davis. He's committed to Kennesaw State. Plays with really great pace, really great playmaker on the offensive side of the ball. Although this is a non-region game, I think it will be a pivotal matchup to see who can start to build that momentum as the season begins to kind of wear down and kind of come to a close. So big matchup there this weekend. Nothing to do with North Forsyth, Dunwoody. And then the other one, another big one, West Forsyth and Denmark. As I said, I'm going to ask the coach when he comes on in a couple of minutes about this matchup between West Forsyth and Denmark. Big game because West Forsyth is coming off that loss to Buford, right? This is another region game. So right now they currently don't have the 1 seed in the region that belongs to Buford right now. So big game for them. Denmark is a top 10 team, so it won't be easy. Big region matchup. Again, they want to keep pace for that 1 seed. They're going to need some help. Buford also plays Lambert. I'm going to talk about that in my top 10 headlines in a little bit. That is a big matchup as well. A loss to Denmark, though, for West Forsyth opens the door. It creates a tie for the 3rd, 4th, and 5th seed, which you guys know you got to get that top 4 in order to go to the playoffs. So it would be a 3-way tie between North Gwinnett, Denmark, and West Forsyth, right? So if you're West Forsyth, you want to avoid that. You want to do what you need to do. Only one loss all season. Handle your business. Again, that region play is really important. So, again, this is another game of epic proportion. A loss, you know, you don't want to put yourself in a three-way tie when you've been phenomenal all season long. So, midfielder Grayson Brockman, he's committed to Mercer. Player to watch out for West Forsyth. And then for Denmark, defender Ansley Young holds down the defense. He's committed to Kennesaw State. And Aiden Brosana, another midfielder, another name to watch out for Denmark. Then on the girls' side, Creekview versus Blessed Trinity, a very big game between both of these teams. Creekview right now is number 1 in my rankings, 10-0. Blessed Trinity is number 2 at 12-2. I mean, you don't get much better than that. 10-0 versus 12-2. Number 1 versus number 2. Two of the best teams, I think, in the state, and certainly in Class 5A, 6A. So, I mean, this is a big game, right? You got... Don't sleep on Christina Warren. She's committed to Winthrop. She's really good for Creekview. Certainly a player to keep an eye on. She's one of the reasons why their midfield is so good this season and creating chances for the offense. So definitely keep an eye out on her. And then for Blessed Trinity, you have one of the better players in the state, I think, in Clark Hamilton, a great attacker with phenomenal agility. She's committed to Florida, class of 2024. Player to watch out for in this one. Also midfielder Morgan Hansel. She is committed to Xavier. So, again, big matchup between both of these teams. Definitely is going to play a part into the rankings for next week. And 10-0 versus 12-2. So I don't think it gets much better than that. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, I got to make sure and see if this is not a region battle. I just want to verify that really quick. Let's see. I don't believe it is, though. Let's see. Okay, yes, it is not. Not a region game, but again, number 1 versus number 2. You get it. Very big game for both teams. And then the other matchup to watch out for is Carrollton versus Stars Mill. Another blockbuster matchup. Feature 2 top 5 teams in their classifications. Both are having great seasons